Welcome everyone to another episode of the Happy and Healthy Hump Day. I'm Anna Rose Robertson, your host, and you can see that today's episode is coming to you from Minnesota. I am in a hotel room where I am attending a wellness conference. So when you receive this episode on Wednesday, I will actually be in an airport on my way back to Tennessee. So anyway, welcome to today's episode. This is the second installment of June, which features healthy businesses. And today I'll be featuring a company called Noonday Collection, which I'm actually wearing Noonday. Here's a necklace right here and a bracelet right here. And I'll show you another piece I have a little bit later. Well, without further ado, I'm going to tell you a little bit about how Noonday Collection got started. Jessica Honegger is its co-founder, and she actually traveled to Kenya, I believe, when she was 16 on a mission trip, and she really just had this stirring in her heart. She was with people who didn't have clean water, didn't have enough food, etc., as many of us have experienced on mission trips. Fast forward to 2010, she and her husband Joe went to visit some friends of theirs who were working in an orphanage in Uganda, and while there they decided to grow their family through the process of adoption. And she and her co-founder actually began Noonday Collection, jewelry, scarves, handbags, and things like that, in an effort to raise money for her adoption with a child from Rwanda. So anyway, a really neat story. And as you'll see, the business that she and her co-founder have created have some amazing features. They definitely line up in the 5 components of a healthy business. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started on that. And as you can see, I've got a few notes right here. I like to write them down so that I have plenty of information to share with you. But anyway, if you remember from last week's Beauty Counter episode, there are 5 components of a healthy business plus a bonus component. So anyway, the first one is open communication at all levels of the company. Noonday has an annual ambassador conference where they have speakers to talk to you about their business. They have the top 10 sellers in Noonday. They have the founders, etc. So this is a way that they communicate. They also connect with artisans, the people who create the necklaces and the jewelry and other pieces at this conference. And Noonday has what's called a fair trade certification, which requires an enormous amount of transparency and a very high level, and artisans actually choose the price for their products with a little bit of coaching, because as you can expect, people in other countries who are starving and who literally don't have enough to feed themselves every day, they really kind of undershoot their prices. So they're coached along to give them a very fair price. So fair trade, again, very high level of transparency, and Noonday has that certification. Number 2, equitable rewards and recognition. Similar to Beauty Counter, Noonday has consultants, or what they call ambassadors, who sell their products. They have socials is what they call them, and you have them in your home so you can have them. And actually, a shout out to Elena Gupton, my ambassador. She did an excellent job, and I'll tell you how you can contact her a little bit later in the video blog. They make 20% from every piece that is sold, and they also get a small percentage from the people who sign up directly under them. Now, I want to make this very clear. Noonday is not a multi-level marketing company. That's not their business model at all. But for those people who do directly sign up under them, they get a tiny percentage. You can also earn business supplies and other things. And the artisans earn fair wages based on their region. So there's actually a map, and it kind of shows what a fair and living wage would be for people in different areas of the world. So that's how the artisans are compensated. Number 3, balance. Companies not only recognize employees need to balance family, work, and recreation, but actually provide opportunities for that. And this is done, again, Noonday, one of their mottos is Noonday Your Way, and that just promotes the idea that a Noonday ambassador can be as involved as he or she would like to be, putting in as much or as little effort, as much or as little time as they desire to. They also allow their faith to be a major part of their company. Even though they're technically not a Christian company, they talk about their faith and how this business model allows them to live out their faith. So That's the second one. Or actually the third. Number 4, community responsibility. Noonday is amazing in this area. The 2 main areas, and this is really their mission. Again, I go back to they provide fair and living wages for their artisans, but they also are working diligently to provide funds for American families or families in the United States to provide funds for them to adopt children internationally. I'm actually not sure if they help fund adoptions in the U.S. or not, but they're really big in helping fund, creating funds for families who are adopting children. Let's see. All right. And the 5th one is training. They do a great job of training. They have an initial starter collection where an ambassador receives marketing materials to get started. They also receive a comprehensive digital marketing kit every season. And they have a different conference than mentioned earlier. This is called the Shine Conference. And again, this is all about business development training. They connect with other ambassadors. They celebrate the collective impact with what they call the best dance party in history. So it sounds like a really fun company to work for. They have online monthly trainings. They have conference calls from ambassadors who are basically pros in certain areas. So if you had an ambassador who was a pro at raising funds for adoptive families, then you could get on a conference call with this particular person. All right, and last but not least, the bonus feature is when possible, the business should promote environmental health through their operations. Noonday definitely does this, and this looks a little bit different around the world, but they make cultural differences, number 1. But number 2, when you are buying products from Noonday, they're using ethical methods. Think about the handbags, the leather bags that they create. They're using ethical manners to do this so that the goat is not being killed just for its fur. They also use safe methods to tan the leather and that kind of thing. It actually can be very dangerous for the artisans to tan the hide and that kind of thing. So they work in ethical ways for the animals, but also in safe ways for the artisans as well. An environmentally friendly area. So I've already told you how Noonday got started. I have this jewelry, obviously. I have this bracelet. And let me tell you, there are several other pieces that I want. Of course, I couldn't get them all at one time. But this was another piece. And I got several versatile pieces is what I thought I was getting. And I have loved them. This is a little bit long for the video blog, so I'll just kind of hold it up like this. And it is a little bit adjustable. It doesn't have to go as far as mine does right now. So those are the pieces I have. Of course, I do want a few more. But anyway, what I liked, what I didn't like. I love their desire to help adoptive families. Love it. I love their desire to help artisans have fair and living wages around the world. Let's see, I love the jewelry, of course. And again, I found pieces that match so many different things with what I wear. They're not out just to sell jewelry. They really are out. They have a big mission, and they are very good at communicating and advocating for their model and for their artisans and their ambassadors, etc. The only halfway negative thing that I would say is that you do have to pay shipping for your orders. If you do have a party, as long as you have 3 distinct orders, you can actually, if you had neighbors or family members or whoever who put in orders together, then you only have to pay shipping once. So that is really great. Yay or nay, bottom line. Yes. I love Noonday. I cannot say enough good things about it. I, of course, love my jewelry. I love their mission, as I've said earlier. In fact, if I had any spare time, if I had any margin in my life, then I would become a Noonday ambassador myself. That's how much I love it. So, finally, last but not least, a little shout out to Elena Gupton. I will include her communication or her contact information in the show notes. But she was really great, very passionate about the mission of Noonday. And again, I cannot say enough good things. So thanks for tuning in for this week's episode of the Happy and Healthy Hump Day. Be sure to share this with your friends. And last but not least, I know that this month's theme has been on healthy businesses, but if you need help with some being healthy in your life, whether that's finding out some different healthy products or if you just need to incorporate some healthy habits into your life, please don't hesitate to give me a call or email me at annaroserobertson@gmail.com. I would love to be your wellness coach. But anyway, tune in next time. We're doing happy and healthy travel for the month of July. Thanks so much, everybody. Have a good week. Bye.